what's up, y'all? We are back again with the Young and Dumb podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. And for all the likes, the comments, the subscriptions, right? And today we have a guest. This guest is actually somebody that I'm related to. We grew up together, and it's a beautiful thing to see us both, part ways and do things, and growing up and from where we come from into who we are today, right? Have my god sister on. She's an entrepreneur, a boss, does a lot, travels. So we're gonna have a great conversation today. Miss Yvonne Monet.
Hey y'all, I'm Monet and I'm behind Progressive Roots, which is my hair company. I also sell shower caps and lip scrubs located in Brooklyn, but y'all know I've been all around the boroughs. But yeah, thank you for having me today. I'm excited, a little nervous, but we're gonna settle in. But
she not nervous, y'all.
A little nervous, a little tired.
All right, so we're gonna tap in today, right? We're gonna talk about a whole, bunch of different things. We're gonna get into, the entrepreneurship. We're going to get into, just the foundation and the building. We're going to talk about some dating entrepreneurs, right? We're going to get spicy. You feel me? All right. So first, walk us through your story, right? Because I know you used to go to school, right? And then you left school to pursue your business. So What was that like?
So, I went to college. I went to Oswego SUNY University, and my major was business administration, minor in communications. I started probably my third day. I met a girl, she was mad cool, and she was just like, oh, do you know how to braid? And I'm like, yeah. Back at home, I used to do wig braids for my friends. Nothing special. Mm-hmm. So I did her box braids, and everybody just started coming to me like, oh, can you do my hair? Because y'all know in college, it's fresh. Nobody got stylists. Everybody need their hair done. So I was like, sure. I started that up, and I was nice. I'm like, hold on. So I continued with that. Started with ponytails, and honestly, I just kicked off from there. COVID happened, and the online school wasn't working. I started doing hair. During that quarantine, I was like, I gotta get this. Like, something about it. I'm loving braiding. I had the patience for it, the passion. So I'm like, I gotta get it. Now putting that work. And I'm here today, almost 3 years later, doing the damn thing.
3 years later, right? All right, so now, okay, so you started braiding hair, right? So right now you specialize in braiding hair. Is there anything else that you do?
So I do specialize in braiding hair, but I actually started with more of natural hair. I made my own conditioner back in college. Well, I made my own conditioner when I was in high school, but that was more for me. I didn't really know it was gonna blow up how it did. And in college, I started doing treatments for my classmates and everything, and that kicked off. And then I transitioned to braiding because I wanted to get the license and go through cosmetology school. So braiding was a start for me, so I wouldn't get, sued, or I wasn't messing with no chemicals or nothing. I honestly didn't think I would grow such a love for it, which I have, but I do want to expand more into natural hair, such as silk pressing, microlinks, all that good stuff. So right now, yes, braiding, but we're trying to swift off.
So you mentioned that you went to cosmetology school, right? So a lot of people, they do hair, but they never go to school. What was your reason behind going to school?
I went to cosmetology school because I wanted to be legit. Like, I don't want to say, oh yeah, I do hair. Already starting, so I feel like some people, or back in the day, I don't even know now, but some people don't take hair serious. Like, I want to be taken serious all the way. If I ever get an opportunity and somebody's like, oh, do you got the license? I want to make sure, yeah, I got it. When do I start? Like, so I wanted to be serious, knowing that this is my passion, this is my drive. I want to continue with this in the future, so I had to get serious. I had to get legitimate and get my license, which I'm still in the process of getting. I just graduated, and I just scheduled my test today. So then the test is in works, yeah.
All right, so how long is cosmetology school? And is cosmetology school like the whole cosmetic thing, or is just hair?
So cosmetology school included hair, nails, skin.
Oh, so you learned how to do all that?
Yeah, it was more the focus on hair. We dabbled.
So you picked what your main focus?
No, we had to cover all grounds, but the main focus was hair. I feel like we kind of breezed through nails just to say I don't feel like I really got a full education and nails and hair, but nails and skin, but hair definitely. It was a breeze through nails. It wasn't a focus. That's more esthetician with skin and stuff.
Okay, so so how, what do you do in cosmetology school? Is it like you're playing like the dolls? Like,
okay, so all right, so I'm gonna tell y'all my experience.
And what's that investment like in cosmetology school?
Okay, I'm gonna start with the first question, but wait, repeat the question. I'm sorry.
All right, what's the process of cosmetology school like? What exactly are you learning? you know?
Okay, so in my cosmetology school, which was Empire Beauty School, located 34th Street, I started on the upper level, which was you go through a few modules, and it was more mannequins. So everything was hands-on with the mannequins. I honestly can't tell you, I don't want to tell you the wrong information. I think it was about 4 modules on the flip floor, and we did skin, hair, nails, more textbook work. Then I graduated and we went down to the floor where now we would have incoming clients and I'll be able to touch clients, but also still working with mannequins, and then free Fridays you work with your classmates.
So you get paid for those clients?
No, the school actually gets paid, and if the clients is feeling generous, they give us a tip.
Oh, okay, okay. I like that. So do you feel like you would have like done things differently, or you like the idea of going to cosmetology school?
Oh no, I definitely, honestly, I'm not a person who goes through regrets. I just do lessons, so I feel like I did everything how I would have wanted to do it, and anything that went left, I learned from it. So I really enjoyed my experience in cosmetology school. It really made me focus on time management because I was also doing hair after school, going to school, leaving, going to the shop, and then repeat the next day. So it was a lot.
You didn't answer our question about the investment. Come on, tell the people what's the investment. You got
cosmetology school is expensive, y'all, especially from coming straight from college, which I'm still paying off. It was about $17,000
for cosmetology school.
Yes, ma'am.
Whoa,
Yes,
I didn't think you about to say that.
I didn't get any financial aid. So there's students,
financial aid.
Yes, there's definitely financial aid, but I wasn't granted any due to my parents' income that are not paying for my cosmetology school.
Threw a shot. She threw a shot at y'all.
Yeah.
Watching this. All right. But what's the fees like? What do they provide everything for you?
Right. So the $17,000 was included. We got 5 mannequins, all types of combs, blow dryers, straighteners, kits, nails, skin. Like it did include a lot. I still feel like $17,000 is a lot. So, but it definitely included a lot.
You got to take those things home with you?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, we got to take everything with me. And then 2, we have state board. So I'm going to use some of the stuff. State board is the test to get the license. So I'm going to use most of the things that I had in school to do my test. And also I brought stuff to the shop now that I use. So it definitely was useful and came in handy for what I needed.
So what is the test like? The test is like a hands-on test? Like you got to physically do hair?
So there's 2 parts. It's the written and the practical. So the first one is the practical, hands-on. You have a fresh new module. You'll do a cut. You'll do perm rods. What else do they have? Kind of finger waves. What else? Blow drying, the thermal, and then we'll do the handwritten, which is 100 question test.
Cool. So did you learn about like barber skills?
Yeah, we did. It was quick. Like honestly, I don't know if every school is different, but I feel like my school we did waxing, barber, but it was very quick. Like I can't say, oh, throw me out in the real world and I know how to cut a man's hair. No, it's definitely where later you leave school and you perfect.
So on your test is mainly gonna be focused on hair?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. That's cool. All right, so like I see that you got a little TikTok growing for yourself.
And we live.
We live on TikTok.
Hey.
Yeah, so what's the TikTok name?
So my TikTok is Progressive Roots. All my social medias are under Progressive Roots, progressive.roots.
So what made you want to get into like TikTok, and how did you build your content up on it? Because a lot of times, people post content on TikTok every day, but they're not getting the traction that they want. So, what's some tips for that?
Right. Now I'm in this entrepreneur life, but before that, I could say I was probably the word a bird. I was definitely a bird on social media. So social media came easily for me. Like I post all day where I'm at. Y'all know I'm here, I'm there. So on my social media. So that was easy, but I knew like, nah, I need to, before TikTok became really big, I knew this is where it was at. It was too, I feel like you post one video, it's going viral. I'm like, okay, I could do this. And then 2, I do model, and I also want to get into photography. So I always had an eye for making videos and putting them together. So I just kind of took this talent and mixed it with that talent, put it together, and boom. So now I'm at 105K, I believe, on TikTok. But definitely, I just used cosmetology school. I realized what people was interested in, and I took cosmetology school and just made little videos in school. And that's what honestly blew my TikTok up, was life in cosmetology school.
So how often do you post?
Like 2 times a day. Social media is with consistency. So I told myself, okay, I figured out my analytics. All right, I need to post at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. This day I could post at 2. And then I mix that all together and I just try to post at least twice a day on TikTok. That's probably my main social media one. I try to keep consistent with Instagram as well, but something gravitates me to TikTok.
Wow. So how long did it take you to build your content? Like, do you set times where you like, okay, this is my time that I'm going to build out these videos, and like, how does that work? Because a lot of times, like, content creation is like a separate job in its own, and people don't have the time to do that. So you do hair,
it all.
you do hair.
Mm-hmm.
You're in school,
right,
and you're creating content. So like, what was that time schedule like?
So it was honestly very hard. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm perfect because it was hard for me. I feel like I didn't have a set time schedule. It was more like in school I was honestly winging it. Like tell myself, okay, so I use my transportation to get to the shop. Like once I leave school, I have about 5 minutes waiting for the train. I'm sitting there editing that. Then I'm on the train, I'm fully editing it. As soon as I get off the train, I have service. Now I'm posting. And that probably made around 6:30, which is the time I actually wanted to post. So I really had to just fit in where I could. Like edit. It wasn't I had a set schedule or a routine. It was whenever the free time I had, because my hands is in hair all day, every day.
So you just maximizing your time.
Right.
You didn't make any excuses, right?
Just had to get.
When you got on a train, you was like, I could go to sleep, I could listen to music, but I'm gonna make this TikTok.
Exactly.
Right. So just choices that you make. All right. So now you also mentioned that you started selling lip scrub, and what else? What was it?
And extra large shower caps.
Extra large shower caps. So why did you get into that business? Because now that's like an e-commerce business that you got going on. So when did you find the time to do that?
Okay. So the backstory, I feel like everything I kind of matured in college. So college, and I'm be honest with you, I was a little smoker. So I was definitely smoking in college a little bit, just whatever, smoking in college. And I realized that my lips was getting dark, and also my roommate's lips was getting dark. And I'm more of a natural person. I don't like chemicals. I really don't like processed stuff. So I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to make it myself. Just like when it came to my conditioner I made that all by natural ingredients. So I went to my dining hall, and I just got up a whole bunch of ingredients, made a little concoction, and somehow it was working. My roommate's lips was back pink, mine was back pink, and those were one of my first before and after result pictures that I had, which was in college, and it did not cross my mind at all that I would be making this into a business. I would be selling this as a product and going far with it 3 years later. But I just stuck to it. Everybody was asking me like, yo, what's up? And me, I was just giving it something. I'm like, yo, I can make some money off of this.
So it's for men and women?
Yeah, it's for everybody. Anybody.
So is it like a lip gloss? Like, what is it?
No, it's a lip scrub. So it's an exfoliating lip scrub. You can do it as much as you want. And it's not even just for smokers. Those are my most loyal, consistent customers. But it's more of for dry lips, chapped lips, dark lips, losing pigmentation, whatever you need is good for. Even if you don't smoke, whatever, you just want to keep, your hygiene, your lip, everything good. It's great for that.
That's cool. So how long does it take you to make you make a batch?
Yeah, I do make so when it comes to my orders, I do have a busy life. So sometimes I'll be sold out for a minute and then I'll restock. So based on how consistent I restock, I'll do the batches. But most time I can make a batch and I'll be sold out in a week. Like based off how consistent I've been posting, keeping up, interacting with the customers that bought, ask them like, oh, how do you like it? Do you need a restock? I just have to keep up with it. There's times where I go months without restocking. I'm like, let me get back on which is bad. Always be consistent, because I know if I was consistent, I would be way further with my lip scrub. But it's okay. I'm getting there. I can acknowledge that I have some flaws in my business.
And then mostly it just seems like you're doing a lot on your own.
Right.
So because you are, sometimes you, certain things you prioritize over others. So now with the extra large shower cap, like where did you get that from? Do you like it has your own prints on it and stuff? Like, what is it?
No, it's kind of, so I did 2 orders so far. Okay. I only shipped out one. I only launched my first order, which I didn't, not that I didn't expect, because I always have like, Mone, you got this, but it kind of blew up faster than I did. So I just got my second batch and I haven't restocked. So look out, about to restock soon. But it came from me doing long braids and always getting it wet in the shower. I gotta find something.
Oh, so it's like shower caps that go.
It's long. Down. I wish I would have brought one today. It was bad. Look at me, always running and stuff. But it's very long. It's good for wigs, my afro, braids, everything. It's just like I do hair, so I'm like, what could I give my client after the appointment to make it better? And I came up with that. I found a vendor. It doesn't have my logo or anything, but that's for right now because I just launched it. So of course we're definitely gonna. Okay,
and what I like about that, now you're thinking about ways to develop some type of passive income. So like, what can I give? Like you said, my customer when they leave in my seat. So now not only did they just get their hair done, now they bought an extra product, right? So I like that. So do you get it like wholesale? Like
yes.
All right. So where can people find like wholesale products and stuff like that?
I recommend Alibaba. I love Alibaba. Even for like, I'm about to start my braiding class, so make sure y'all check that out. I'm gonna do one-on-one stitch classes and everything. But I'll get certain things. It's way cheaper. Like I could get a comb for $1, and in the store probably $6. So I would definitely recommend Alibaba. Just make sure you know how to talk to the suppliers and everything, and just be patient with them because it is a time difference. But I kind of get everything off Alibaba.
So Alibaba allows you to buy one, or you have to buy things by bulk.
Buy bulk, definitely.
Okay.
Or you could do AliExpress, which is more. You could buy one
single.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I never understood the difference between Alibaba. Wow. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. All right, so now let's tap in, right? So
let's like gotta get spicy.
So one, I want to just talk about like I really feel like we both took a turn,
definitely a turn. We was wild
when we were younger to who we are now. Right, so what are some of the things some of the changes and habits that you had to change about yourself to get to who you are now? Like any friend changes, any like changing your surroundings, your mindset, like
I feel like definitely friend changes and surroundings. That was a start for me. Friend changes, surroundings, and also just like not taking everything personal, but then taking it personal, like knowing how to direct my energy to where it needs to be directed. But I would be heavy on the changing my surroundings. Somebody once told me, and I swear it stuck with me. I tell my little siblings this all the time. You never want to be the richest person in the room. And I learned that. I was always the mom that everybody needs to fall back on, but I never had nobody to learn up to or make me want to like, nah, I gotta get to that bag, or I gotta get to that knowledge, or I gotta, reach that level. When you're the richest person in the room, you get comfortable. And I felt like there was times where I was comfortable, or everybody wasn't like, I have certain friends, like I have a last friend, her name is Shay. When we go out, we could vibe, but then it comes back to business. Like the conversation always comes back to business. When someone isn't in that mindset and y'all are always together, how are you ever taking those steps to want to do better for yourself when y'all just like y'all always going out for drinks and this, that, third, but it's not drinks and then later we wake up like, oh, let's exchange a service, let's do this, how are we gonna get to this, do that,
Yeah.
So I had to reevaluate who I was around.
Yeah, that's a big one. I like that you said that. Never want to be the richest person in the room. I always think about things like, imagine like if like just how you said it. If I make $100K a year and my friends making $50K, I'm gonna feel like I'm balling.
Exactly.
But if I go hang out with some millionaires, my $100K makes me look like I'm broke.
Exactly.
Right. So you definitely, I agree with that. Like, and even if you, that's because it's not easy finding people sometimes that are above your level. Right. Start following them on social media, start listening to what they listen to, because that will eventually lead you into the room. Right. So like I watch Earn Your Leisure every day. I watch Eric Thomas every day. I watch these people every day, and it led me into being in their rooms, because when you watch people every day, you following them, you see where they are, you meet them there, right? And most of the time you're gonna meet other people there because y'all all there for the same purpose.
Right.
So I like that. So now let's talk about dating an entrepreneur. Like what is that like, right? One thing I would say about you, and that I always respect, right, is that you know how to have the fun, I don't want to say balance, because I don't really believe in balance, but the maintenance of having fun, getting work done, and also like you know how to do that. Like, how does that work, and how do you also maintain the niggas?
So I like that you said that, because I feel like I wasn't balancing my social life and my work life. It felt like, oh, okay, I'm 20 y'all too, so it felt like I just lived in the shop and was never outside. But dating me, I feel like dating me is hard. I'm a Sag. If y'all know Sages, we cannot be controlled like at all. So I feel like too, I do men hair as well. So I've had issues with some people that I was talking to, like acting weird because I'm doing a male. I feel like if that's money in my pocket, I'm professional. Exactly. So it would be stuff coming like that. I don't have a lot of free time. If I do have a lot of free time, I probably want to go out with my girls and stuff, or I'm tired. So like, I feel like nowadays it's a norm of, oh, as a woman, you should do this or you should do that, blah, blah. Me, I'm tired. When I come home, don't expect nothing but me getting into bed and going to sleep and getting ready for my next client the next morning. So I feel like dating me it's hard. And two, I know I hold myself on the highest pedestal, so I don't deal with a lot of nonsense, so I will leave quick. And then two, also when you make a certain type of money, you start attracting certain people. Sometimes you attract people who are leeches, or you attract people who respect what you're doing and want you to stack your own bread to the side and cater to you. So I've dealt with all types. I done dealt with the broke, the get money, the scammers, the this, the that, you know, like just a lot.
So how you feel about the first date?
The first date to me is that's the tone set. Don't ask me for no siphs. I don't want to siphon in the car. Don't ask me to come see your crib. First date, I like to dress up. I like to take pictures. So I want to go out. Like I want to maybe throw on some heels, a nice fit, do my hair. I want to feel like you're in line with all the rest. So come as hard as you can.
She said you're in line.
No, like that's being for real. Like as a female, I feel like men are prone to hit on you faster than a woman will hit on you. I mean, you don't ever. But it's a lot of men trying to talk to me in the most humblest way. It's a lot of people that try to pursue, you know? Yeah. So it's like, and you know that because it's probably a lot of people pursuing you too. So if you're going to pursue me. No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying like the men. But you know, I don't know why she's trying to act. But yeah, if you're trying to pursue me and you want that spot, you better come as hard as you can. Because if I shoot my shot, because as a female, I will shoot my shot. I don't care. Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Really?
So I will shoot my shot.
How do women shoot their shot nowadays?
Ooh. I bet. I have my little shot. Let me shoot my shot. And then I just like, what's up? Like, I might like a picture or two. I'll like a picture. If you don't catch the hint, I will slide up. Like, so you didn't see me like your picture?
That's brave. Okay. Hold on.
And then too, it's little stuff like, I'll do a little eye contact. And then, you know, if you catch the eye contact in me there, now I'm just, you see me, I see you, what's up? Like, you know, little cute stuff. But so I could be shy too.
So you gotta give us some stories. So you ever had a time when, let's say you in a shop working and like a man thought like you was cheating or like you was up to something or you didn't have no time for him type?
Yeah.
Like, and what do you say?
It gets spicy. I hope he don't watch this, but after I'll talk to him more. But I've had somebody call me like, why you didn't, like, screaming on the phone, you're not in the shop, I'm fully in the, but too, I like to keep my business at a professional level, so it's like, I could get in that character, but then the entrepreneur in me, I have to wheel it back, because sometimes people can, like I said, you have to set yourself up with who you surround yourself with, because he's bringing me out of character while I'm at work, and I'm telling you I'm at work, but I had him screaming, top of lungs, no, you're not, this is why I don't trust you, I'm mid-client, mind yourself, million, and I just see him smirking, trying not to laugh and everything, I'm just like, this is so embarrassing, I'm like, you know what? Get back to the money because you're not putting money in my pocket, so stop calling me.
So you think that he's supposed to pay the first date, like whoever you talking to?
Yeah, I'm not even saying a lot. Yeah.
All right, and what about y'all like each other? Y'all get into it, but imagine he building too, right? He got a business, he got to invest in it too. So what's the finances like? Is it like, all right, you still gotta like? Come on, you know what I'm getting to here. Come on.
Okay. So I've been in different kind of situations. So I've been where like his situations, I understand it. So if I love you and I feel like you for me, if I got it, you got it. And then if I feel like if I don't have it, you gonna got it, then I'm cool with it. Like this day, yeah, I got you, babe. Like, you know, I feel like if it's always like now the guy I talk to, I never have to go in my pocket. And that's not even I don't know. He might set the standard so high that might be the tone I set forever. Like, but I feel like I feel like the level I have myself at, I'm so financially stable that I'm kind of over the point where I want to talk to somebody who's not fully there. If they fall into that, then okay, I could be here for you. But I don't know. Like I did it already where I talked to somebody and it felt like I was being used or pocket watching a little bit, and I didn't like that feeling at all. I like it where we both up. If you fall down, then cool, that's fine. But I feel like I wouldn't talk to somebody who's not at my financial level at the point in time.
I don't know. I honestly feel like finances are here and there when it comes to us building at our age, because you really can have a time in your life where like you can, not necessarily that you're down, but your money is tied up in investments. Right. That doesn't mean I'm down. That just means my money is tied up in investment. My money is going towards something. Right. It doesn't mean that I'm down where like I don't have no money. I don't have money working for me. And I feel like women don't be understanding that.
Oh, can I reword what I said? Because now I feel bad.
No, it's not to make you feel bad.
Not bad,
it's
but like
I
feel like it depends on the ambition, the goals, everything. Like it depends on if I can see there's a plan. If you have a plan to get somewhere and you treating me good and everything's good, then I don't care about your financial situation. As long as it's not like I'm like I got a kid, like I'm taking care of too, then no. But if you have a plan, and because I be forgetting I'm 20. For real, I really be forgetting I'm 20. Also, I do feel like females do mature faster than males, so I feel like I have to be understanding that situation, not expect a man to be on my level because I feel like I did mature way fast, especially in financials too. So it just depends on the plan, the goals, and the mindset, and how you treat me as well.
So what about the timing thing? Like, how often do you feel like you got to dedicate your time to sustaining a relationship as an entrepreneur?
It's hard. I can say love can distract you. Like, love has definitely, I was in love. Love definitely distracted me. And I feel like when I stopped, like when I had to really focus on myself, money, my business, everything went up. So I feel like, but too, nah, love will distract you. I was just saying, think about that, like, man. But yeah, time and love, it has to be like, you have to think that out. Like, don't know, oh, today I should go to work, but nah, I kind of want to be laid up. Like, you have to manage it. Like, I have to tell myself, like, no. Or he has to also understand, like, I cannot see you every day. I can't be with you every day. Or I have to tell myself, like, no, can't be with you every day. You gotta focus. Love is very distracting.
I don't know. I think, like, honestly, I feel like it's all about your goals. I really see I see things like, whatever, I have a goal, I have a plan, I have a vision. Whatever aligns with that is what I should do. I don't really, like, people ask me all the time, like, oh, you think about getting married? I never thought about getting married. It's not that I don't think I will get married. That's just not what my mind
What's
is.
that right now?
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm 19. I have every right.
Oh my god, I forgot you're 19.
Yeah.
So mature. Okay.
I have every right not to, feel me, like, be thinking about that. So I think, like, a lot of times people try to project, their visions, their goals onto you and what they got planned, and that go, like, I don't know, like, I don't get the whole compatibility thing, and I don't be into that. But I just feel like, as an entrepreneur, especially a young entrepreneur, when you're building, it's no such thing as balance, and it's hard to commit your time to a significant other, especially if the significant other doesn't see the vision.
Right. Right. Yeah, I gotta be on it. Yeah. Like, that's another thing to make sure your significant other supports you and supports everything you're doing and is very understanding in the business you're in. Because I've been in situations where wasn't supported, and that weighs down too, as in having a partner that supports the heck out of you.
So what type of men you like?
Wait, like, go deeper into that. What you mean?
Like, what type of man you like? Like, what man are you?
I like a man that caters to me. Me and my mom had a little long conversation about this a little while ago. But honestly, I have 4 brothers, and they just always done everything for me. Like, can you pass me that remote? Can you pass me that? So I really like a man that caters to me. I like a soft man. I come off kind of like, but I'm really a crybaby. So I like a man that doesn't entertain me being my feelings. Like, yeah, I like a man that's about his money. And I like a spontaneous fun man, because I'm a Sag. And if y'all know, I feel like we very impulsive and adventurous and stuff. So I always need the next fun, the next, next adventure. What we doing? Where we going? Dates. I like to go out. I'm not really like I could be in the house because I'd be real tired, but I really want the next. Like, I never know what I'm going to step into when I walk into the car or with you,
Okay. All right, so we're gonna get back to the business. I just had to get the spice a little bit, but we're gonna get back into the business. So, you work in a shop, right?
Right.
How's that process? How do you go about working in a shop, and what's that transition like? How do you know you're ready from going from your house, working in your house, to going into a shop?
Right. So, that's a really good question, because about, I want to say, the 8th, I just moved into a new shop, and it's so exciting. It's so many like feelings. Like, I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm anxious, I'm scared, because it's change. But change could be good, and I feel like change is always good, and it's how you make it, but it also could be scary. So I want to say the first shop I went to was the Bronx, and I really want to thank Audrey Collection, because you put me onto my first shop. But I started in the house, and my mom was just sick of me. Like, hair everywhere, clients all.
And this was during the pandemic?
Yes, this was during the pandemic, so it was even more of like a get out of my house morning. Like, so it was the mask and everything, but I just really didn't like it. I'm a person that's on energy and spirits and stuff, so it was just a lot of people coming in my house. I didn't really like it. So what I started doing was I started looking up hashtags on Instagram, like Bronx booths, Bronx salons, and just reaching out to the owners or the page itself and just like, hey, I'm interested in renting a booth. I didn't really want to do commission. I wanted to do booth. And if some people don't know, commission is 60-40. So 60% goes to the owner, 40% goes to you. Sometimes they provide all the products and stuff. I didn't want to do that. I already knew what products I wanted. I already knew I wanted all that money. To me, I'll pay your money at the end of the week. So I found my first booth in the Bronx. It was Orgy's Collection, and I did a booth rent. I believe it was like $170, $175
a week.
A week, right? So like that might sound a lot to some people, and that might sound a little bit. But if you're taking clients consistently, I was taking about, and then too, I'm from the Bronx, but I moved upstate for my high school. So when I came back, it was like everybody was kind of like waiting for me, like, come back, you upstate. So it was kind of easy for me to get my clientele up and everything. And then I switched from the Bronx. I was in the Bronx for about 9 months, jumped to the Bronx and went to Brooklyn and started and did the same process, reached out. No, actually, I went to get my hair done, and me and the stylist was chopping it up. One thing I will always say is wherever you go, always try to connect, and that's what I did. So I'm sitting there talking to her. I knew I wanted to go to Brooklyn because it's more of a higher demand for hair. And I was just connecting with her, and later on, she made a post, like, looking for a braider, and I moved to Brooklyn in a week and was in a new shop.
So when you move to a new shop, is it like you gotta, like, how does your clientele work? Are you...
Honestly, I've had... my clients follow me everywhere, and that's what I love the most about Cha. My clients have come to me in Poughkeepsie, to the Bronx, to both my locations in Brooklyn. Two, I'm big on hashtags. I will tell you that. So I'll do Brooklyn hairstylist. People look me up, and also my TikTok. So it's like I get all my clients from social media or word of mouth. So honestly, my clients just follow me. Brooklyn has been easy because it's one spot. But one thing about it, these girls will travel for their hair. I got girls coming from Virginia, Poughkeepsie, Maryland, wherever, and I love it, and I thank y'all so much because it makes me feel so good.
You ever had an issue with a client?
That's a lot of people ask me this. I feel like the 3 years of doing hair, I don't have a story that you ask me, and I'm like, yo, this. But I don't have a story. I feel like I'm really cool and understanding with my clients. I don't try to be that. I try to be that professional, strict hairstylist, so you don't take advantage. But I try to also put myself in your shoes. I feel like a lot of hairstylists don't do that, like being understanding to clients. So I never really had a run-in with a client. I'm cool if you cool. If you on bad vibes, have a good day, love. You gotta hit these people with have a good day, love. That's it. Like
have a good day, love. Mm-hmm. But some people take that as disrespect. Like, oh, now she's trying to be funny. She added love.
I don't care.
Okay. Well,
like I ain't tell you. Can I curse? All right. I ain't tell you F you. Get out of my inbox. I said have a good day, love. So I really don't care how you take that. Because I'm not being disrespectful.
Are you picky with your clients, or you kind of like take whoever, wants to come get their hair done?
So I have a booking side. I don't directly interact with my clients unless they personally text my business phone or DM me. So anybody could book me. I don't discriminate. Any hair types, any color, any body. I don't care. Come get your hair done. Like,
okay. Mm-hmm. So what specific type of braids do you do?
So I don't only just do braids. I do stitch braids, I do passion twists, I do locks, I do ponytails, and when I say locks, such as butterfly locks, the feed-in hair locks, and then also I can do natural hair locks as well. What else? Natural hair, afros, twists. Like, it's not just braids, but cornrows on the scalp. If some people don't know cornrows, some people call them plaits. Everything. I'm very.
So how many heads are you able to do a day?
I think the most heads I've done a day is 7, which is, as a braider, that is a lot. And I tell you,
how was that? Like, you got in from what to what?
I don't even know. I think that day, we left the shop at like 2:30 in the morning. And I was on time in that day. Like, next client, next, like trying to, but it was just a lot. I took a walk, and that's why also too, don't be so money hungry that you tire yourself out. Cause that day I was like, you know what? That's a bag. Let me take them. Because that wasn't my set schedule. I was probably supposed to have like 4, and then 3 people walked in. But I was exhausted, swollen fingers, tired, back hurting. So it wasn't really worth it when I think about it. Now I'm trying to work smarter, not harder. I feel like I've definitely been working harder these past years.
So what do you mean by working smarter, not harder? Like, because I know there's a lot of people who, do hair. Mm-hmm. So like, what type of choices are you making instead of like...
So recently starting my new shop, I've decided to start my appointments earlier, which I think is smarter because now that I'm starting earlier, I can fit in those maybe I want to do 5 for clients instead of starting at, let's say, 1. And now I'm not leaving the shop till 12. My whole day is over. I try to go to sleep earlier so I can wake up, feel refreshed, get a little breakfast. Also smarter, like, I wasn't eating breakfast. Y'all can see I'm small. Like, hair had definitely stopped my weight gain because I was not moving smart. I was just I wouldn't really want to call myself money hungry because I really enjoy doing hair. So it's like, you want to do this new style? Come in. Da, da, da. But it's like, all right, money's going to come with it as well. But it wasn't smart. I wasn't eating breakfast. I wasn't managing my time. Sometimes my clients was running over and the next client is waiting. Like, I had to tell myself, okay, let me give myself a 30-minute block so I can have time to eat, or if I do run over. So, and then too, like, buying hair in bulk instead of buying hair at the beauty supply store. Like, I had to move smarter. Like, dish out, okay, I got these 3 clients today. That's enough to pay the booth rent and cover the hair. Let me do 2 clients tomorrow. I don't really need to take 4. Just kind of mapping out and organizing myself.
So, I know with hair, a lot of people complain about how, like, it's a saturated market of hair, people who do hair.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever feel like, you're in competition with other people or like anything like that?
I don't ever feel like I'm in competition. My blessings are for me. What's for me is for me. And there's so much money and people out there that want to get their hair done, want to give you the money to get their hair done. I never feel like I'm in competition. I don't worry about nobody else but me. But I definitely do watch other people's craft to perfect my craft.
Okay, so how many other hair people work in your salon?
So my new salon right now, it is got the own. I'm not sure. I want to say about 4, because I am new. So every day I feel like somebody new comes in and I meet somebody. But I said it's like it's not a booth rent more salon. It's like everybody's doing hair. There's a barber in there, but he also dye. I've seen him dye hair, wash hair, so he's very diverse as well. But I can't tell y'all the exact number. I want to say like 4 or 5. But I do learn from them. Like, they come and ask me, like, I'm good at content and creating. So they be asking me like, oh, okay, this is the ring light you use, this and third. Oh, that's how you do your baby hair. And I'm watching them washing and coloring. And that's why I honestly stepped into that shop, because fresh out of cosmetology school, I'm still learning. So they're older women, like fully got their license, been in the shop for some long time. So I'm learning from them. It's not a competition. I want to grasp as much knowledge as I can from them, and vice versa.
I got a question. When did these new stylists, also you, because you probably do this too, come up with this idea that you gotta come with your hair washed? Because since
she get a spice. Wait, can I? Wait, I'm gonna just set up my TikTok real quick because that phone died, and then I'm gonna answer that. But I'm gonna tell y'all why, because I do it too. Don't judge.
Like, when did that start? When did that become a thing?
Okay, so I'm gonna speak for myself. I'm not gonna speak for other stylists, but so most of like what I've been doing is braiding. Braiding is already a 3.5. Well, I've reached the speed of 3.5, which is fast for braiding, but that's 3.5 minimum. So if I'm trying to take multiple clients a day and your style is already 6 hours, and now I have to take an extra hour to wash, blow dry, all of that, it's very hard for me to run my bit, like take multiple clients a day, like, or make money, So it's like, because when you go, like, how do I say this?
I know what he's about to say.
Yeah. All right, like, not being, but when we all used to go to the African, get our hair braided. You come with your hair washed and blow dry, and they get straight to it. Most of the shops I went to, they get straight to it. So I feel like it's just easier. And also too, I didn't wash hair because I didn't have a license. So when I first started, I was in the conditioning, the deep treatments, all that. I actually very much wanted to wash hair, but I didn't have a license. I didn't want to deal with
any... you can't wash hair without a license?
Right. Like, yeah, you can mess with chemicals and all that extra stuff.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
I don't know the depth of it, don't get me wrong, but I know I just didn't want to mix with anything that could come back to me negatively in my business until I was legit, which is why I'm going to get my I'm going to get my cosmetology.
So so that's one of the perks of having a license.
Right. You could deal with chemicals and dyeing and cutting and all that extra stuff. There's a lot of girls out here that do not have a license and are fully messing in people's head. I did not want to be like that.
So the license stopped you from getting sued? Like,
sure, you asked me a real technical question. I don't want to tell y'all the wrong thing, but the license gives you like kind of a stamp to
say that you know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing. Exactly. Okay. You know what you're doing. Avoid certain stuff, because when you do have a license, like, oh, I'm not gonna mess with this. I'm not gonna do that. A lot of people don't, and I've experienced it in certain shops, like just pretty little stuff. Now after going to cosmetology school, like, oh, we shouldn't have been doing that, or just like the cleaning of like combs and stuff. Somebody could get an infection or wingworm or this and that third by not barbiciding or doing this. You learn that stuff in cosmetology school.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen girls that don't have a license use the same comb on all 5 of their clients. Like it's little stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
So
like sanitary.
Okay, so let's tap into that. So what's some give us, I'm gonna say 3. Give us 3 things you don't want to do as a hairstylist that you've seen like people do, that you learned in like maybe cosmetology school or just over experience.
Oh, that's a good question. Let me think. Don't want to do. The one thing that I really learned that I kind of knew, but just really was the sanitary kind of disinfecting your combs and everything, barbicide. Also, like the diluting of the barbicide, like how much you put in it. I didn't even know.
What's barbicide?
So it is.
It's that blue.
Mm-hmm. Like it's for cleaning tools. Like here, barbers use it. Everything. I don't really be knowing the technical definition behind it. Like I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah, you good.
But yeah, stuff like that. What else? Oh, business etiquette as well. I feel like I had that already, but not. I had it already. Like I know how to talk to people and everything, but school really shows you like how to go about certain things, like business, how to speak, how to drape your clients. So say before I wasn't using drapes. So if I put the drapes on just in case something falls on them, the client not cursing me off and messing up they outfit, or if a scissor falls, it slides right off the drape. It's not cutting them. It was little tiny stuff that was like plays a very big portion in the business world. So that's another thing. I'm trying to think. Put me on the spot. I'm trying to think of something else. I don't know. We'll get back.
Yeah, we'll get back to that. All right, so now, as we start to wrap up, we definitely gotta tap into, this is the Young and Dumb show. What is the dumbest financial mistake you say you've made?
In my business or just in life?
Both. It could be both.
Like I said, I'm not really a person for regrets, so I try to just learn from it. But I feel like one of the dumbest things, it wasn't dumb, it was a learning experience, but definitely I could have been in a better situation I am in now. When I first started doing hair, my mom was just nagging it. I'm like, girl, let me do what I want to do with my money. I didn't have a savings account. Like, I had my own little personal little ghetto little stash or whatever that I was able to always dip in. So I was spending money on seafood boils and Ubers, but $100. Oh, all right, I'm about to go to the Bronx. $200 Uber from Poughkeepsie to the Bronx just because I made that today. Like I wasn't saving my money and then investing more into my business, which I learned too. Like I took the money to start my lip scrubs and my shower caps. Like you got to lose some money to make it. I was just losing my money to dumb stuff. Like
so lesson right there. Just because you have it doesn't mean you have to spend it.
Right.
A lot of times, we feel like, oh, I just made this much in tips today.
Mm-hmm.
Or I just got paid this much today. Let me go do this.
Mm-hmm.
But just because you make more money doesn't mean you have to spend more money.
Right. And also, I wasn't thinking of the profit I was getting out of it. Like making sure I was always getting the profit for everything I did in my business. I wasn't really sitting down and writing out the math behind all the money. It was just like, I'm making money. Cool. I wasn't making sure like, okay, the gel comes up to this amount. The hair comes to this amount. Make sure I charge this amount. I wasn't really getting the profit. I was really starting to lose money more than making it, and I had to structure up and get that together.
Yeah, that make a lot of sense. So now, what are you looking at, right? So you do hair, you're in a shop. Do you ever see yourself not doing hair, like not being in a shop?
So that's the goal, honestly. Like I want to be able to do hair when I feel like it. Like I love hair, so I always want to be able to do it. But I want to set up my own shop, get girls in it, and I don't want to just shut up a shop and just leave them. All right, do your thing. Like, I honestly want to spread what I've learned because nobody taught me anything. I more just kept learning, kept grasping who I could grasp it from. So I don't want to do hair. So I want to be so comfortable that I could travel, I could do this, I want to do that. And then, all right, today I'll take a client. Like, I want financial freedom.
I got an idea for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So imagine, like, I know a couple of hairstylists, right? So imagine, and like, most of the time, like, people who got your mindset, carry the same mindset, optimize with the same energy.
Right.
So the idea would be like, why not partner with a couple of other, hairstyles? They could be from different boroughs, be from Brooklyn or whatever, and each have a different niche, right? So you may specialize in hair braiding. Somebody else owns a shop, so they have that expertise. Somebody else may know how to do weave or whatever that's called and stuff like that. So y'all all partner together. Y'all set up y'all put your money together. Y'all set up some mentorship program. Y'all create a shop for young Black women to come in and get
That's fire.
You get what I'm saying?
That's
you get what I'm
fire.
saying? This is
Right.
You get what I'm saying, right?
I like
so
that.
something like that. I always tell people like collaboration over competition, right? A lot of the times we're one step away from our goals, and we tell ourselves like, "Oh, I can't do this right now because I don't have the resources." When you can collaborate with other people who have the resource, you do what you specialize in, and the other person do what they specialize in. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I got this podcast going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You gotta get them young too. Exactly. That's where it starts.
Exactly, right? So I have everybody who has their own niche, and we specialize in what we do, and we all contribute to each other, help each other. And let's say like right now, maybe y'all want to put y'all money together right now, but y'all start just mentoring Black women together. Like it, and then y'all building a family too. You know what I'm saying? So
I like that. I like that. Yeah, that's where I want to start with my braiding classes. So make sure y'all check that out. I'll probably have that together by September. But I definitely want to do.
So what's gonna be what's that like?
Okay, so it's gonna be one-on-one classes. Honestly, I think I'm gonna start probably with knotless because that was really my first thing I really tapped into and I mastered. But I want to do classes where I'll provide the mannequin, the combs, the products I use. Because I want to give y'all everything I can. Every knowledge I have, just like I said, there's no competition. There's so much money in this where everybody can make. So I really just want to come in. A lot of girls have been asking me on TikTok, like, when you going to start doing classes and stuff. But I want my classes, I don't want it to be about money. I want it to be like I'm really dropping gems. Because I've had a lot of girls sit in my chair and tell me about stuff they've done and classes they went, and it was just like rushed or not. They feel like they didn't really grasp it. I want you to leave or eventually come back to me saying, "Oh look, Mone, I know how to braid now. Da-da-da, thank you." You know.
So 101.
Yeah, I want to do 101, and then I'll do big classes. I've done, and that's why in cosmetology school I've done big classes. Like my teacher has given me 3 days to do braiding classes, locks, and almost more than 3 girls each class has come out knowing how to braid or this and that. So that really like hit me, like, yo, I could do this. I could, like, cause sometimes everybody's not meant to teach. Like I really feel like I like talking, and I like sharing what I went through to get to where I'm at because, I ain't have nobody to really sit down and tell me, like, do this, do that.
So are you on, like, YouTube with it?
I definitely want to start YouTubing now. Now that I have more free time with cosmetology being over, I definitely want to start YouTubing because I like being in the camera, so, like, stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to start YouTubing. But I'm going to do virtual classes as well. That could be another source of income, but I want to do hands-on. I feel like really learning, I need to be there hands-on with you.
Okay. All right, so now, what would you tell your younger self? Right, with the information you have right now, like what would you tell your younger self?
Focus and watch who I trust and be around. I feel like one of my biggest downfalls when I was younger, I was just with the wrong crowd.
Yeah, used to have me running through what was it, co-op city.
Definitely focus.
Have me running through.
But I was young, young and dumb.
Yeah,
young and dumb.
Young and dumb. You know the vibes. All right, so now, what's your favorite rap lyric about money?
Ooh, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't even think about it. Rap lyric like
about money, like when you hear that, you be like, nah, I felt that. Like that's a bar. I've been saving more than I've been spending. That's what I'll be on. See? That's a bar.
Damn.
Put 6 figures in your business. Come and put that on it. Now be running from me. It's mad songs.
I don't know. I'm being honest. I really can't even. I'm sorry, y'all. Don't.
How she come to the show? She don't know her favorite rap lyric. She get the boot. She get the boot. She get the boot. But it's all right. Well, thank you for coming on the platform. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure y'all tune in. And where can people find you one more time?
So my hair page, you can find me at progressive.roots. My lip scrub and shower cap is progressiveroots.cos.
Okay. So is it Roots with his S or Z?
S.
All right. Let's get it, y'all. Young and Dumb Show.
Later.